For 42 years, no restaurant in this region, home to over 500,000 people, had ever earned a Michelin star. No one expected it to happen here, but when Aro's name appeared on the screen, everything changed. Today I'll meet the chef behind Aro and try to understand what makes this place so extraordinary and why no one saw it coming. And maybe along the way we'll discover what it really takes to earn a Michelin star far from the spotlight.
Michelin Magic, the star of the show.
Michelin has never been the goal. I didn't think it was realistic. And I think the pressure is probably bigger if that is your main goal, to get the Michelin star. When you get it, the pressure is on and you want to continue. Of course, we have some guests coming here because of the Michelin star. We have to deliver, but we have to deliver every day. Every day has to be the best day, the best version of us.
If you had to describe Aro's food in just a few words, how would you describe it?
It is not possible because we don't have any rules. We just do what we want. One dish can have small flavors from South America, and the next one is old school French cooking. The next one maybe some flavors from Asia. And I'll say it's a seasonal kitchen. We use a lot of vegetable, a lot of fish, seafood in general.
It sounds also fun for you. Are you having fun?
A lot of fun. It's a nice little place, and it's what I always dreamed of. I think every day I go to work, I can come in the restaurant and think this is, for me, it must be the most pretty restaurant in the whole country. We have a good dish at the moment with kale, oysters and potato. Chilado oysters, they're raw and we're blowtorch. Then we have this kale. We have this dumpling made of potato. And we fill inside with a compote made of leeks. So you have this like small little dumplings, something like that. In the middle you have the kale and the oysters around, and then you have a sauce made of champagne and the juice from the oysters.
Why this location? It isn't an obvious place for a fine dining restaurant.
No, it isn't. We were looking for a unique place. We just wanted to do something else, and we didn't know what we wanted to do. And I talked to a guy living next to me. He had this company. He just got an older auto shop. We could use a part of the warehouse if we wanted to make a restaurant there. Østerbro, where we are now, if we go 10-15 years back, it's not a nice area of the city. It was known for being very dark area of the city. Drug dealing, prostitutes is in this area of the city. It isn't anymore. And it's like, no, we're not gonna do a restaurant there. And he said, you can come and have a look. So we were having a look, and I remember the first day I was standing looking around and thinking, it could be quite nice, but no, we're not gonna open a restaurant here. And at the same time, Bjørn is saying out loud, I love this place. The setting and the location here is like you go on holiday. You're with your family in the southern part of France and you want to go out eating. You take your Michelin guide app, you read about a local restaurant you want to visit, and you can't find it. You're going around an area and you can't find the restaurant. This is supposed to be here, but you can't see it. And finally, you find the restaurant. And I think that's what we have here, because there's no sign on the wall. You can't see from the outside that there's a restaurant here, and it don't look like a restaurant from the outside. So you have this small hidden gem you have to look for.
So you're hiding in plain sight?
Yes.
What does luxury looks like here at Aro?
Time, I think, is the most important. You have the table the whole night. So when you come here, you have all the time that you want. Again, only 20 guests, and we are 6-7 people at work, and that's because we want to have the time. It's not that the dishes have to be extra complex, that we have a lot of staff, I think, but it's just we want the time to the guests. So if you're here on a date night and you just want to talk to your date and no one else, that's fine. Are you here and you want to hear a lot about the story, why is it called owl, what's on the wall? We need to have the time to our guests to talk to them. Instead of in your head, you're already on to the next, what do you have to do after? And okay, I'm behind with table 4, I need to go back to the kitchen and so on. So we need to have the time to the guests and to make a good experience for them.
How do you find a balance between rustique and refined?
I'm not searching, I think, for the balance. That is just how I cook. I'm educated from Odense in Copenhagen, and then I went to Geranium for 1.5 years. After that, to Pluto.
So fine dining runs in your professional DNA?
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's too much with all the twills and all the tweezers and all the flowers. But then again, I look at some of the dishes and think, it's exactly what I do. It's a lot of flowers on this one, and we put a twill on this one. We can have a menu with 7 dishes where 2 of the dishes is very elegant and refined, and then you have a dish where it's rustic, but the flavors is there. We put love in what we do. You can have this most beautiful fish, and you have to cook it for the guests. And you put it on a pan and you fry it in plain oil. If it's a nice piece of fish and you cook it well, the guests will go from here and they will say it was a nice dish. But if you put some love in it and you fry it in a little bit of oil, add some butter, maybe some lemon zest and some herbs, some thyme, rosemary, garlic, something like that, and you do that in every product you're cooking in the kitchen, you put extra love in it and say, if I do it not 100% but 110% every time, the guests will have the same dish, but the guests don't know that they're tasting something else. So they will go from here from it's a very nice dish to wow, that tasted so good. So it's the small details in everything we do.
Walk me through the moment you first got the email from Michelin.
I was actually in my garden playing football with my son, and I saw this email from Michelin. This must be spam. So I called Stefan and Mikael, the partners of the restaurant, and said, did you see that mail? You think it's right? Yeah, I don't know. It's like an email, you want to come? It's in Turku on this date, accept, decline. It's like, you just push accept and see what's happened. It was 2 weeks before. So you had 2 weeks to go and think about why are they sending this email to us?
What went through your head when they called your name at the stage?
Surprising, I was confused. So they called the guys next to us. It was Villa Vest in the northern part of Jutland. I was hugging them and said congratulations, and then Mikael, who was there with me, he was pointing me at the shoulder. It's our name now on this stage. We got 1 Michelin star. The heart went from 0 to 200 in a split second. No one knows actually the rules of the Michelin. But what you hear is when they're thinking about giving you 1 star, they have to visit you at least 3 times, different inspectors. And the 3 inspectors go together, have a cup of coffee, and they talk about their experience. And if they all 3 agree on this is a 1 star level, you're receiving the 1 star.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure.
It's more than technique, it's soul and fire. From earth to plate, a taste inspired. When all aligns in perfect tune, of fine cuisine.
If you could choose the next place we should visit, who would you want us to talk to and why?
There is a nice place in Herning called Domain. The head chef Jens Vincent. I haven't eaten there myself yet. I talked to a lot of people who've been there, all of them saying the same. It's just so much taste in the dishes. I've seen pictures of the food, it looks like a million. Titrin Ned in Fredericia just got a new head chef, Michael Nørtoft. He just got the Michelin Young Chef Award. Very, very talented. He's also the captain of the national team. It looks quite amazing what he's doing. I think it would be good.
Thanks a lot. What does it take for a small restaurant hidden in a quiet part of the country to become the first ever to earn a Michelin star? Not a viral moment, not a celebrity chef, just a team doing the same thing night after night with extraordinary care. What I found at Aro wasn't noise, it wasn't theater, it was rhythm, focus and a kind of humility you don't often see in this industry. And that's what makes this moment so rare. Because in a region with over 500,000 people and a rich food culture, it took 42 years for any restaurant to earn a star. And that honor didn't go to the biggest name or the flashiest concept, it went to a place that simply refused to compromise. Aro didn't ask for attention, they just never looked away from the work, and in the end that was loud enough. This wasn't a lucky break, it was a quiet breakthrough. And it changed the story of Danish fine dining forever. But after all the buzz, the bookings and the Michelin star, one question remains. What does it actually feel like to dine at Aro? In the next episode, I'll do what thousands are still waiting to do, experience the full Aro menu. From the first pour to the final bite. Not as a chef, not as a critic, but as a guest. I want to feel why this place matters. If Aro really changed the game, then the experience itself should tell me everything. So join me for the meal that redefined what a Michelin star can be. Press play on this video and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Michelin Magic, it's soul and fire. From earth to plate, a taste inspired. When all aligns in perfect tune, we feel the magic of fine cuisine.